Good morning of you all. So today I'm going to present on the topic the role of teacher in a multicultural and multi-ethnic society. So I am Dr. Karam Kumar Yuja. I am assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics in Surendas College, Hajar. So first I'm going to give the introduction. The relationship between culture and education has been an undeniable one since the culture of teachers and students affect education processes in the classroom. Culture includes everything that makes one group or community within a society distinctive from another. Language, values, literature, worldview, food, religion, clothing, holidays, beliefs, and behavior that construct a specific group's lifestyle. To provide equitable opportunities of achievement to all the students, we are in need to consider about multicultural aspects of the students in a classroom. And multicultural can be understood in many perspectives. And the Oxford Dictionary defined it as relating to or containing several culture or ethnic groups within a society. In the contemporary context, many classrooms are heterogeneous ones, which encompasses the individuals from varied races, ethnicities, and nationalities who present for the cultural traditions to their interactions, and it's up to teachers to recognize, celebrate, and share these different perspectives. Traditionally, students attending multicultural classroom are a shortfall as they are in a trust to learn about coping and maneuvering unfamiliar people, their cultures and language. Eventually, the teachers who teach them have the added responsibility of leading students through the unfamiliar territory. So this demand specialized learning techniques, practice and education to effectively accomplish the role of the teacher. Teachers who unite classroom with activities both inside and outside of the classroom stand a better at boosting student achievement. So here are the some of the important things that needed. So first thing is preparing culturally responsive teachers. The teachers are conscious socio-culturally and have affirming views of students from diverse backgrounds. So they can see themselves as responsible for as and capable of bringing about change to make schools more equitable, understand how learners construct knowledge and are capable of promoting knowledge construction. They know about the lives of their students and design instruction that builds on what their students already know while stretching them beyond the familiar. And emotional, next point is we should be them because the students are very emotional, no? So we should have an emotional relationship, especially confidence between teachers and their students in the interaction intercultural classroom is important in establishing trust between student and the teacher. Next is being sensitive to each students. It is important to deal with each student sensitively as they would find something disturbing their cultural beliefs and aspects. So nevertheless, classroom with different backgrounds, nationalities and faith can lead to great topics and discussion based on tolerance and respect, thus boosting the interest of the. So, so from the analysis we can say that educational equity has three standards which are access, participation and outcomes. Every teacher in a multicultural classroom should strive to achieve these three standards in order to gain the expected achievements out of the learners. So some of the important points inside the classroom, as first thing is classroom participation. It's very important. Next is academic accomplishment. Next is problem solving ability. So these are 3 points very important. Classroom participation, if major language used in the classroom was a foreign language or even a second language to the learner would not be very comfortable. Next, academic accomplishment. If the classroom atmosphere seemed to continuously glorify another culture or giving this consideration to one culture. Problem solving ability. The cultures from which the learner hails would have different types of problem solving skills, imposing only certain type of problems. Student teacher relationship. This is very important. The teacher student teacher relationship should be is the area interaction and relationship. The teacher should know about the culture and ethnicity to which each of the learner in his or class belongs to. Next is combating conflict. Outside the classroom, the thing is important outside the classroom, how uh, we behave with the students. Language, the language used by the learner should not be belittled, whereas it would be used to learn the common language. Next is disability. Some, in addition to cultural differences, the disabilities of the children affect the education of the learner also. So students with family members who have disabilities may have different perspectives of education or less assistance with homework. Next is religion. The faith to which the learner belongs would also have an influence as the needs and interests of the learner. Then we have next one is socioeconomic status. Next is food. The food and diet patterns of the learner would also affect the education of the learner. And the timing and the diet which they yield to be are different. Then race, ethnicity. The race and ethnicity of the learner often becomes the most conspicuous identity. This can have positive or negative effects on the learner. Then next is family values and structure. The family structure and the values from the basic concept of faith, morality, self-esteem in a learner. And if there are clash in the classrooms, there will be no root for the learner to hold on. So we can conclude here from these things. We can have some conclusion like the training to prepare cultural response teacher is very important to link the inside and outside activities and aspect of the multicultural concept. The most challenging aspect of the multicultural teacher is that they have to disown their own self-identity of culture to fit into the multicultural classroom which they handle. The teacher should have knowledge about the various cultures and aspects which unite them. The teacher should be a person who is empathetic to understand the perspective of the learner in their class. The teacher should be culturally sensitive so that they don't hurt any learner's feelings. The teacher should be flexible in thought and should have an open mind. The teacher should embrace the glittering positive of each culture and rarely mind the negative. Above all, the teacher should be a role model in respecting the and embracing the multicultural aspects. The teacher should be a person of integrity and truthful to their words. A teacher plays a pivotal role in the performance of each learner in the classroom, and this responsibility extends to the peak with the multicultural classroom. A teacher with utmost empathy, high sensitivity towards culture, broad-minded attitude, intense integrity, and living the life of a person whom the learners may consider as a role